Well, good morning, Transplant community. My name is Jim Merle, and technically it is just barely after midnight. It is officially May the 23rd, 2021. And so today I'm actually celebrating my 8 year, count them out, 8 year transplant anniversary. So I've actually got a very, very busy day planned here in just a few hours. And so I didn't think I was going to have the time to sit down and do the video like I typically do, but I still wanted to pause anyway nonetheless and stop and ask you, if you don't mind, to please do me a humongous favor today and be especially praying for my donor family. My donor, Dickie, who we commonly refer to as Dickie, Brent Lowe, passed away 8 years ago. Actually, his accident occurred a couple of days ago, back on the 21st. And of course, there were some decisions that had to be made, some things that had to be done. And then eventually, I received the transplant today, 8 years ago, on May the 23rd. And each year, as I've sat down in front of this camera to think about, to commemorate, to celebrate, my donor and his life, as well as the life that I've been given by him, I have stopped and made a list where I basically recapped each and every year, one by one, and pretty much named off, up until this point, the 7 things that I have associated with each and every year. And I kind of felt like doing that today, but then again, I didn't. So I thought the best way to handle that might be just to let you see a snippet or two from last year's video where I'm recapping those 7 things, and then I'll be back in just a moment and give you the summarization word, if you want to call it that, for year 8. Okay, so I'm going to show you that list right quick, and I'll be right back. So going back through the list, first year was a year of intensity, second year was a year of impatience, third year a year of improvement, fourth year inconceivable things, fifth year a year of involvement, sixth year a year of intuition, having to make some decisions kind of off the cuff, and then the seventh year, the one we're just closing out, for me at least, again that calendar year being May, it's definitely been a year of improvisation. So here we are again, it's year 8. So those 7 things are behind me, although they're still a part of me, and I'm wanting to add an 8th word or an 8th term to describe in a nutshell this 8th year. And I think what that word is going to be, and it may not be the most exciting word I've used yet, but I want to use the word imperfection. Okay, this year has not been what I hoped it would be. As a matter of fact, as I was even talking about on last year, that 7th year being a word of improvisation, because at that point in time when I was sitting down to do the video, COVID had kind of just got itself started, and we had no idea then that this COVID pandemic, whatever you want to call that, would last as long as it did. And so that whole year I thought was just going to be a few months of improvisation, but it turned out to be more than that. And so for me, it turned out to be a year of imperfections. Now, not to take away anything from my wonderful gift. Again, I give all the glory, all the honor to God for that, as well as I give all my appreciation, my love, my compassion out to the family of Dickie. I mean, Dickie obviously was a giver in life and death, and of course he gave the ultimate gift of life to me, and I'm appreciative for that. So to his mother, Miss Louise, I love you again, Miss Louise, love you so dearly. I appreciate the fact that we get to talk as often as we do, and I always enjoy all of those conversations. The times I'm able to spend on the phone and talking and communicating with his other family members, especially his sisters, Denise and Tracy and Nancy. I'm appreciative of that, and I'm so thankful that I have that opportunity. But to be honest, this year has been a year of imperfections, because for me, it's not been the smoothest year. I've had several bumps in the road, and I've talked to you about my health issues, even some heart-related issues that have come up this year that have really thrown me for a loop. And to be honest, have kind of set me back a little bit. Not that, again, I'm not appreciative, I'm not excited, I'm not happy, but at the same time, I've had some difficulties this year. I want to blame COVID for it. I've gained about 20 or 25 pounds, and just within that, and I've been open about that before, when that occurs, that can be a setback. And I've had some issues with some rhythm issues, some blood pressure issues, some fatigue, who knows what. And thankfully, some of the medication changes we have made have definitely helped that throughout this year. And so there's been some imperfections, though. There have been some pretty good bumps in the road. Not anything life or death, not saying that. But as far as disappointments and things that I wish could have been better or more perfect, this year has been different. It's been a year for sure. And so what I'm hoping for this year, as we are here at May the 23rd, 2021, and the pandemic, for the most part, at least in my area, is pretty much gone behind us. I realize not everybody's in that condition. I realize that in some areas, in some parts of the world, particularly where it's still a huge issue, I want you to know I'm praying for you. But here it's kind of gone in the rearview mirror, at least for now. Hopefully it won't come back and get in front of us again, but it's in the rearview mirror. And so I'm hoping that as I'm going here from this 8th year and going into the year 9, I'm actually looking forward to, as much as I am today's video, but to the video I hope to do next year in 2022, where hopefully, I don't know what my word will be, but I hope it'll be a better word than this year. But again, I've tried with all these words to be completely honest with you, to share with you what my experience as a transplant recipient has been, and it has been by far great overall, but there are bumps in the road. So like I tell you a lot here on the program, we need to keep in mind as transplant patients that transplant is a treatment and not a cure. And so you're always going to have the issues. You're always going to have the things that you have to deal with. But in spite of that, or maybe even, I don't know how to describe it, but I guess maybe in spite of that, just remember how blessed you are. Every single day of the last 8 years has been an extended blessing to me, made possible by my donor. And so I'm a humongous advocate, supporter of organ donation itself, and I'm certainly thankful for that gift that Dickie gave, and so appreciative and so in love with him and the life that he lived, again, the life that he gave, and his family as well, for helping to make that decision. So to each and every one of you, especially if you're a family member watching this, I want you to know I love you so much. I can't wait till the next time we're able to get together and see each other and hug necks and kisses on the cheek or whatever we would do, but I'm excited about that. I know that's around the corner, but today, nonetheless, as we have mourned the loss of Dickie, I want to celebrate today my 8th year transplant anniversary, and I'm so thankful that you are here on the video doing that with me. So thank you so much for everything you do. I love each and every one of you. And as I've said in every video, and by the way, I think last year there was like 500 and something videos, 509. This year we're over 700. So a lot more videos there available. But in each and every one of those videos, I've tried to close out by saying one thing, 2 words, although I put them together: stay stronger, friends.